Hey guys, I think I should maybe post a little update on the first Green Day retrospective video. Truth be told, I'm not crazy far into things. I'm only about halfway done with the script. I'm sorry, but I've had a lot of stuff come up lately, plus other vids have been keeping me busy. Between quickies, crossovers, and Gaming Crash stuff, I just haven't had quite as much spare time as I would like. I'm still aiming to get the first episode up before Q1 is finished, but I can't make any hard deadlines here. This episode is likely to be an hour long, and full lengths take forever to make, people. Remember how long it took me to make Rafał? Yeah, it's not exactly a cakewalk here, but I appreciate your patience, and I'll continue to update you as things get farther along. Just try to sit tight for me, okay? Cool. Now let's talk about some albums that kick ass. Okay, now, Courage My Love. Holy God, have I been aching for the chance to talk about these guys. You may not have heard of this three-piecer from Ontario, but make no mistake, they've been making big splashes on the indie pop circuit. Their first few EPs are a downright fucking blissful mix of crunchy alt-rock style guitar work and glass-shattering vocal performances. And their debut full-length was a terrific mix of pop and rock with just the slightest traces of piano and synthwave to taste. The production was always a bit too lacking on those previous efforts, but the talent was always there, and it shone through even the rough, patchy production work they had to deal with. These guys were the band to be watching. I was just begging for them to release something new so I'd finally get the chance to tell you all about this awesome pop-punk band you've probably never heard of. But then they released this new album, and it's not even vaguely close to pop-punk, like... Holy God, to say this album is a departure from their old sound is like saying Jesus' crucifixion was a little not nice. I don't think I've ever seen such a dramatic shift in a band's sound over the course of one album before. This would be like if Metallica's next album after Hardwired to Self-Destruct was Enema of the State. These guys made a big jump into the electronica pool. I mean, I guess the title and the album art should have given it away, but damn, the shift in sound is almost jarring. But here's the thing, as much audible whiplash as I'm getting from the change in style, I still love the hell out of this thing. Like I mentioned earlier, the biggest problem with the band's previous output wasn't even really any fault of the band themselves, and more the fact that they just couldn't find themselves a producer that could handle their sound. Well, that problem has been resoundingly corrected on this album. It sounds absolutely gorgeous. The synths pop and glow with amazing vibrancy, warmth, and color, and the beats, both artificial and traditional, are all bright and explosive and precisely on point. A great deal of credit there goes to drummer Phoenix Arn-Horn. Seriously, everyone I've ever talked to that's seen this band live says she kicks ass, and on this album she lays down a lot of thick, groovy stuff for the melody to work with. And from what I've read, she's also responsible for a good deal of the keyboards on this album too, so hell yeah, Homegirl is just oozing with talent here. Girl drummers out there, I've got a new name for you to add to your best of list. Seriously, pay attention to this gal. But let's not forget about twin sister Mercedes Arn-Horn either, who's doing the guitar work, what little of it there is, and is handling the lion's share of the vocal duties here. There's literally no way you'll forget about her because her performance here is a downright electrical storm of awesome. Mercedes is my favorite kind of female singer in that she's got pipes and she is not at all shy to use them. Her melodies and harmonizing are practically flawless, and when she really wants to, she can break the goddamn windows with how loud and thunderous she can belt a verse at you. She's like if Hayley Williams were channeling Tegan and Sarah Quinn, and yeah, call me predictable, but my fangirl ass is totally signed up for this party. Holy shit, could you imagine if these three went out on tour together? In fact, I bring up Tegan and Sarah, but this band really kind of reminds me of what those gals went through, and no, it's not just because of this twin sister thing. They started off a lot more rockier and rough around the edges, well, kinda, and eventually found themselves pumping out some of the best electro-pop money can buy. The big difference in this case being that while Tegan and Sarah eased into their place after years of exploration, development, and working out new sounds, this band seems to have just dove head first into the pool without even looking to see if it had any water in it. It's a gutsy move to be sure, but in this case, thankfully, it paid off. If you were one of the, 12 people who knew about this band before they changed their sound, be warned, the shift in style might be a bit much for you, and hell, if you're not into the poppier flavors of rock, then you've probably already stopped listening to this review. Again, this album is so poppy it almost feels like it's out of my jurisdiction, but if none of that is a turnoff, oh my god, pick this thing up. And then pick up all their previous stuff too, because seriously, that back catalog hasn't gotten nearly the love it deserves. Courage, my love. They're a band everyone should be listening to. Synesthesia gets 5 Tegans out of 5 Sarahs. And now we jump from that band straight on to Menzingers! Oh my god! Oh, have I ever mentioned that I'm a fan, ever, at any point? Because holy shit, do I love this group. This might be one of my favorite modern punk acts going today. I just cannot say enough nice things about these guys. And spoiler alert, as if you even needed one here, yeah, I'm here to say more nice things about this album. I came here to kiss ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum, motherfuckers. Strap in. The thing that I like about Menzingers is that it's punk rock, it's high energy, it's danceable and moshable at the same time. But it's also weirdly relatable and down to earth. It's like if Springsteen had a baby with Joey Ramone and then covered it in tattoos. Songs like Lookers, Bad Catholics, and Your Wild Years have a lot of melody and swing with just the right amount of scream and sear to give them that push over the edge into aggro. It's not Raining Blood or even really Blitzkrieg Bop, but it isn't trying to be, and it doesn't necessarily have to be either. And songs like Thick as Thieves, Charlie's Army, and the title track, oh dear god, that title track, show us that the band is capable of writing fun, free-spirited, and even occasionally goofy songs from time to time, and still pull it off with gusto and finesse. Seriously, Thick as Thieves almost has an 80s glam metal kind of vibe going on. Like, it sounds like super early Motley Crue fed through a Heartland Rock filter, but it never comes off as bad parody or dopey or anything like that. It's got conviction and it actually works. Somehow. Oh, and speaking of conviction, let's talk about the best part of pretty much any Menzingers album, the lyrics. Holy shit, this album more so than maybe any of the other albums in the Menzingers catalog just punched me right in the damn stomach with its lyrical content. And this is coming from a band that usually does a damn stellar job of doing that anyway, so let that be an indication of how brilliantly executed this album is. After the party, to, God, use the cliche of all pretentious music nerd cliches, speaks to me, man. And that could very well be because I'm getting old as fuck, and that's somewhat of a theme on this album. Lookers, Bad Catholics, and Your Wild Years especially really touch on this theme, and holy god do they hit the nail on the head, mostly because their lyrics are just so goddamn relatable on a day-to-day basis. I mean, Bad Catholics sings about meeting your ex at the beer tent at a church picnic. That literally happened to me last summer. After the Party talks about putting miles on jean jackets and getting lost in drunken conversations. Yeah, that was basically my entire post-collegiate experience. Hell, who the hell am I kidding? That was me last week, for God's sake. And even Midwestern States, full-blown says, we've got worthless diplomas from worthless universities, 2 bachelors in worthless studies, but at least it made our parents happy and cost a whole lot of money. Jesus, born to run Christ. Is that not like the entire millennial crisis summed up in 3 sentences? Hell, that's my life goddamn story in a nutshell. Raise your hand if this is you too. Fucking, I know, right? These guys just know how to capture that modern working class mentality. Too much education, not enough opportunity, and desperate, clenching desire to make the most of what you got. And yeah, that speaks to me on a downright personal level. This album may as well as be called Crash Thompson the Album, though I have a feeling that would affect sales. Fuck, Midwestern States is a song about a couple eyeing a move to LA, and I've literally been considering that over the last 3 to 5 months. Did you motherfuckers just copy lyrics out of my diary or something? Cheeky prick. I mean, Menzingers do have a sound and style that isn't gonna please absolutely everyone by any means. And really, yeah, I am giving this album a lot of credit because the album speaks to me so well.
But last time I checked, it's my fucking show and I can do whatever I want.
Look, if you're even mildly interested in soulful, spirited rock, and gripping, earnestly real, almost frighteningly relatable punk lyrics, then you have to spin this thing. It's a downright joy. This... I shouldn't say shit like this. This is the kind of thing that got me in trouble last year. But fuck it, this thing is all but guaranteed a spot on my best of the year list. Hell, at this point, it's the best album I've heard all year so far. Yeah, people, stay for after the party. In this particular case, it's when the really good shit happens. After the Party gets 5 Midwestern states out of 5.